Hey guys, in this question, we're asked to describe and sketch the surface x squared plus z squared equals 1 for x, y, z, and then write down the corresponding parametric equations for this surface. So let's start with part 1, which is describing and sketching the surface. Well, when we see this equation over here, we see something missing, and that's that there's no y term anywhere. That means that the equation does not depend on y. So for any y value, x and z just have to satisfy this equation. So now let's say we freeze y. Say y equals 0. The cross-section equation is still x squared plus z squared equals 1. And that really means that it's a circle on the xz plane. So if we look at our plane over here, this is what it's going to look like. A circle on the xz plane. Now, y can be any real number. That circle gets extruded infinitely along the y-axis. So if I extrude this circle, like I mash up a bunch of circles next to each other, it's going to form this cylinder. So keep going, and it's circular. Draw it this way. That was pretty bad, sorry. Okay, a little better. Let me fix this side. Okay, so we have this cylinder. So therefore, this equation represents a cylinder, and our radius is 1, centered around the y-axis. Okay, now that we're done with part 1, let's move on to the second part of the question or problem, which asks us to write down the parametric equations for this surface. For a circle, x squared plus z squared equals 1, we can use the trig parametrization. So that would be x squared. So x equals cosine theta. And then z equals sine theta. Okay, and let y vary freely. So now our parametric equations would look like this. So x equals cosine theta, y equals y because it can be any value, and then z equals sine theta. Okay? So, and we also have to add a set of parameters or restrictions so between 0 and 2 pi. So that's one full circle, and our y can be from negative infinity to positive infinity. It doesn't stop. So really, like, it just keeps going both ways. And that's question number 8.